The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Pannell Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello, welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with Joey Thacker, the great coach out of Franklin County. Boy, you got another great Lady Flyers basketball team this year.
So far, so good. I'm really proud of the progress we've made and playing well of late.
These young ladies you brought in not only do it on the hardwood, man, they're great in the classroom too.
They are. They're great kids, student athletes, and they hold themselves to high standards. So that's always, what you're looking for.
Exactly. We're looking forward to talking to Franklin County. And our scholar athletes, they're from Mercer County High School over there. Remember when they had Harrodsburg and Mercer County? Now they just got Mercer County. And these young ladies play basketball over there on a great team. I think the RPI, they're in the top 20. But, Coach, it's three young ladies. They all do it in the class just like your young ladies.
They do. And, to be a student athlete, you got to have good time management. And Coach Spivey's done a great job. And we know all those kids. We've played them a lot all their lives, and they're tremendous people. And
we got another Sutherland Chevrolet drive of the week as we head down to Nicholasville, Kentucky for Sutherland Chevrolet. Van McKinley and Jonah Dunn are in, and they're joined by their coach of Lafayette, Noah Richter, and they're going to talk to us about the swimming and diving championships that are this weekend at UK.
It's that time in Kentucky, period, to crown some champions.
Exactly. We got to crown some champions. And Cole Reinhardt is in from UK Sports Medicine. As a matter of fact, we're going to have him back-to-back. And you know what he's going to do, Coach?
We'll keep them healthy.
That's right. Keep them healthy. Keep them in the game. That's what you got to do when you play high school sports. You got to stay healthy.
Exactly
got to be on that hardwood out there. And so we're looking forward to that. But, Coach, we know folks like the great athletes we have on. They like the scholar athletes, but you know why they watch this show.
For the highlights and the shine.
Exactly. They want to shine on their gymnasium with Friday night flights, and we call it Game Time here at WKYT with Brian Milam and Lee K. Howard, brought to you by PrepSpin.com.
All right, welcome to High School Game Time. It's the final Friday night of the regular season.
That was a fast season.
Yes, it was.
Always quick. And the district tournaments get underway next week. Well, let's just get started right here in Lexington. Henry Clay is hitting the postseason on a serious roll. In fact, the red-hot Blue Devils have not lost since the calendar turned to 2020. Daniel Brown's club riding a 17-game winning streak tonight, hosting Taylor County. At the second quarter, the Devils are on the break. Marcus Mackey finds Aziel Blackwell for the bounce, and Blackwell had 7. Devils up 33-12. Taylor County had one man in double figures, but the Cards were down a bunch. Henry Clay going inside out. 4 guys touched the rock. Kanye Henderson knocking in the triple. Round second, heads for third. He had 9. Henry Clay heads into the district tournament on an 18-game winning streak, 77-38.
Welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. We want to thank Roberts Insurance. They're out in Richmond, Kentucky on Main Street. They insure 3/4 of the great state of Kentucky. Speaking of the great state, right from Frankfort, Kentucky, Franklin County, the state's capital over there. A lot going on over there in Frankfort right now, Coach. I'll have to tell you that.
Well, a lot of change. Taking place. Yep.
Yeah, Bashir's in there as a governor, and I tell you, he's really shaking up, but he's looking out for teachers.
He is.
That's a good thing.
That's important. Yeah.
Coach Thacker, you've had some really good teams there at Franklin County. I'll have to tell you that. You've had some great teams. How's this team been around to coach and just to be around in general?
It's different. We're smaller than we've ever been. Really young in some spots, play a lot of sophomores. But we've gotten better over time. Some nights we've been really, really, really good, as good defensively as we've ever been. So anxious to see how that carries over.
Right.
Coach, tell us who you brought into the studio today.
Well, we got Brooklyn Miles. She's our junior point guard. Jet quick, makes a lot of plays for us. Got a really, really bright future in front of her. Jasmine Simpson is one of our shooters, senior guard. She's a 3-year starter. And Lakin Hamblin, who does a lot of things for us on both ends of the floor and has really had to step up, in the post some lately. and great student athletes.
Speaking of that, Lincoln, you're a natural leader, very good shooter, but you also possess a 4.1 GPA, so that's remarkable. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Who has been your biggest influence on your basketball and your academic career?
I would probably say my siblings, just because I'm the oldest of 5, and just knowing that I always have them looking up to me. Just got to stay on top of my game and my schoolwork, and just set a good example for them. So
5 kids, that's a busy household there.
always.
Always busy over there.
Jasmine, you're also an all-around player with a 3.4 GPA. What would in a double-double average? What would you say you've improved the most on the field, on the court and in the classroom?
Basketball-wise, I'd say driving to the basket and rebounding more and playing the roles that my team needs me to play. And then school-wise, I would say managing my time, like schoolwork and basketball practice, just putting it all in there and making sure everything's done.
Brooklyn, how you down on the end of the couch? I always like to say hello because you're so far down there.
Yes,
I like to
sir.
say hello to folks down on the end of the
Yes,
couch.
sir.
Appreciate you coming on the show because you were voted the preseason 11th Region Player of the Year. I mean, that's quite an honor for you. You have multiple, at least 10, multiple 5 offers from all kinds of colleges, and you keep a 3.7 GPA to boot. What will go into your choice for a college, and why do you think you'll choose that college?
For one, I just want to make sure that the college I choose helps me like after college, like for my career and for my life. And then I want to make sure I'm clicking with the coaching staff and making sure that they play the style of game I want to play. And I definitely want to play for a national championship, and I want to feel at home.
Has the play of Ryan Howard over to Kentucky, is that kind of got your attention a little bit?
Yeah, me and her talk a lot. She came to my game at Dunbar.
Yeah, because I know you've been offered by UK.
Yeah,
so.
yes, sir.
Coach, what has your schedule gotten you ready for the district and regional battles that you'll have?
Well, we hope. We don't really shy away from playing who we think we need to play over the years. Game situation stuff, you really never know until the lights come on, but I feel like we've played a quality schedule, and hopefully it's got us ready.
Coach, when I look at Franklin County, you're always ready. I think the championship game last year, you probably coached about as good a game as you've coached. I mean, you guys really played well in that championship game last year.
Well, I felt like we did everything but win.
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking to go do this time.
Yeah. Well, Coach, we really appreciate it. And Mingy Beef Jerky would like to present you with some Mingy Beef Jerky. Take that home. I know
Better share.
Yeah, Brooke already said you better share. Coach is a share, believe me, I know.
Me
He
and
shares a
Lincoln were
lot.
talking about coming and stealing it off the table.
And the Franklin County Lady Flyers, one of the top teams in the state of Kentucky. We'll be back with more on the Scholastic Ball Report, including our scholars from Mercer County High School. Hello, welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Our scholar athletes are from Mercer County. This is our most popular segment because it highlights young ladies and young men doing great things in the classroom. And Coach Spivey is with us. Thanks for joining us, Coach. And you've got 3 young ladies that have been a cornerstone of your basketball program there.
Right. I got my 3 seniors here with me today. Got Channing Lewis, of course, who I've coached since she was about 11, I think. Same with Kalisha, and then Ariana, who transferred in, and they're a fun group, a really fun group, and I never know what's going to be said or what's going to happen, but
it keeps you on your toes.
Keeps me on my toes, and they're a fun group to be around.
And keeps everybody loose,
Right.
You got to be loose when you play basketball.
Exactly.
Well, Channing, while keeping a 3.95 GPA, you're the 2nd leading scorer on the team. How important of a role do academics play in your success on the court?
School just gives me like a guide, because I know if I don't do good in school, I'm not going to get to play, so just keep it up.
And Kalisha, I didn't butcher the name, did I? Is that correct?
Sir, you got it right.
You also have a 3.95 in the classroom there at Mercer County. How does basketball help you with academics and vice versa? How does vice versa?
I guess it boils down to being disciplined. Like, I have to discipline myself to be on time to basketball practice, to shoot arounds, and I have to discipline myself to study for like tests. So it all comes down to discipline.
Never been late to practice, and you never been late to a class, have you?
Maybe one time.
Okay. All right. We'll forgive you for that.
Ariana, how do you maintain your 3.5 GPA while still staying grounded in your athletics?
I think for me, it's where growing up, I've always played basketball. I was always involved with sports all throughout elementary school, middle school, and high school. So I think it just kind of comes as second nature. That's what I've always been accustomed to. So it's just always been the same for me.
And Channing, now what will you have such high standards. We know that. That's because you play well, you study well, you do everything well. So what will you take to college with you with all these high standards and expectations?
Well, I look to change the program. I'm going to University of Cumberland, and
okay.
So they've been on a little slump. So I'm looking to change the
lift that up a little bit, get that slump
yeah.
going over there at Cumberland's. Yeah.
Kalisha and Ariana, talk to us about your college choices and majors.
Yeah. I plan to go to Western Kentucky University
okay.
and major in exercise science while getting a minor in communications.
Good deal.
So I committed a couple months ago to Indiana University East on a basketball scholarship, and I'm planning to major in psychology and minor in sociology.
Coach, you obviously see great things in the future for these, not only these three young ladies, but all your players.
Right. Yeah, I'm excited about this year. You know, we've kind of been talking about it. We're in a pretty good position right now to be pretty competitive in the 12th region. You know, and I think that we've surprised some people this year with the level of competition we're playing and, you know, being able to compete at that level. And so I'm just really proud of them, you know, to be able to come in and do that. I mean, it hasn't been easy and, you know, they've competed and worked hard and stuff. And so I'm really excited going into postseason.
Yeah, well, here's your plaques from Ryan Tyson. Pass those down. Everybody will get one and take those over there. He'll personalize those for you. But congratulations, not only for the great academics, but for the great basketball team you got there. You're definitely one of the favorites in the 12th region. Thank you, Coach Spivey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the Mercer County Lady Titans from Mercer County High School and their scholar athletes. Now we're going to the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
It is the final Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week for the regular season of high school basketball. And we go to the Dunbar-Madison Central game. Watch Elise Ellison-Coons get the spin move in the lane, gets the basket to go. She had a game-high 21 as Dunbar enters the postseason with a 51-30 win. Congratulations, Elise Ellison-Coons. That is the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Welcome back to the Pannell Swim Shop segment. Speaking of that, Tom Viney, the championships are this weekend, so we're winding down, aren't we?
Absolutely. This is a big time of year for all these swimmers and divers.
And I notice, I recognize one young man, Noah Richter. He's with us. And
kind of hard to miss.
Yeah, he's a coach there at Lafayette. And thanks for joining us again, Noah. We appreciate it. Your team this year, tell us about your team.
We've been doing really well. So I coach like so many different teams.
Which team?
So last year I was with Henry Clay. This year I'm with Johnny Dunn from Lafayette, and it's been a really treat to have him as a diver. I've been coaching for about 4 years now, and so it's been really fun to watch him grow up in the spotlight and just shine. So it's been really awesome.
Tell us a little bit about Jonah and really what is going to lead him to success tomorrow.
So this entire season, Jonah's just been a powerhouse. He's just very consistent, and it's just been so interesting to me to see his progression because for Lafayette County, like there's just not a lot of like diving opportunities, and just we always battle like just swimming opportunities and getting in the pool and training. And so Jonah only trains 2 days a week, 3 hours a week. So it's been really fun just to like watch him progress and just like even without his like full training mobility and just all that time, just be able to excel and just get better and better and better. And we got one more day and we're almost there. So it's gonna be really fun to see him compete tomorrow. I think he's gonna do a really good job.
Well, Joni, you've got state tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And so what are your goals for the competition tomorrow?
My main goal is to beat my score from regionals, which was around like 360 or something like that. Yeah. But my main goal is to just beat my last score because I have this thing in my head that your biggest competitor is yourself. So I just try and keep that in my head through every dive.
That's great. That's a great mentality.
It is a great mentality, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So now, while you're out there and you've got a tough schedule with diving, you do a great job with academics as well. What really drives you in both of those areas?
Probably my family. They support me the most, and they always like text me and ask me like how's dive going and when my next meet is, and they're really supportive of me. so probably my family.
That's great.
It would be hard to do anything without the family. wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
I mean, they're just so supportive in everything you do.
That's exactly right.
And they obviously support you very well, too. Thank you for joining us on the show. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And good luck at the state meets at the UK this year.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, it's
Right.
so nice to have it locally this year.
Yeah, that's right.
Great. We'll see you there.
Thank you.
That's the Lafayette diving team. And we'll be back with more on the Scholastic Ball Report, including Noah Richter from UK Sports Medicine Orthopedic Surgery. Welcome back into the UK Sports Medicine Orthopedic Surgery segment. Gary Ball with Cole Reinhardt, all the way down here from New York, Cole.
Yes, thank you so much.
What brings you down here from New York?
Basically grad school. I mean, I'm here to go to UK, and I've heard such great things about it. It's a great program.
We're going to talk about warm-up and stretching, hot topics with everybody, especially somebody in my latter, and trying to be a weekend warrior, so to speak. What are the main components that should be included in every warm-up?
Yeah, so every warm-up should include a dynamic and a static component. Dynamic components are when you are actively using your muscles. So this would be things like jogging, high knees, arm circles. And when you do these exercises, it actually increases blood flow, which literally warms up your muscles by increasing the temperature. Now there's also a static component, and that's what people typically think of when they think of stretching exercises. Right. That's the static component.
Gotta get that blood flow going, don't you?
Yep.
What is the proper way to stretch, and when should it be performed?
Yeah, so the proper way to stretch is that every stretch should be held for about 30 seconds at a given length, and then you relax, then you repeat that for about 1 or 2 more times. It's never a good thing to bounce when you're stretching. That's actually really bad for your muscles, and the proper time to stretch is after your dynamic component of your warm-up, because your muscles are already warm, and a warm muscle stretches farther than a cold muscle, making it more effective.
So when you're stretching, hold that for 30 seconds.
About 30 seconds, then you relax, then you repeat about once or twice more.
What is something that you can add to a warm-up to make it more effective?
Yeah, so something that has been really hot lately has been foam rolling, and I'm actually here to demonstrate. Foam rolling, you can add it to your cool down or your warm up, but it's often being seen done wrong. A lot of times people are just going to roll back and forth over the foam roller, but it's actually best to find a tight spot in your muscle, sit on it for about 30 seconds, relax, and then find a new spot in your muscle. Yeah. So I can even get down and demonstrate a little bit. So if you're working on your hamstring, you're going to roll once or twice, find a spot, and sit on it. You don't just roll back and forth. You actually find that spot. And then you roll off, find a new spot, and sit on that one.
Yeah.
Okay?
Good stuff, Cole. Well, that's Cole Reinhardt with UK Sports Medicine. We'll put their website up and the phone number. They've got the walk-in clinic Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock. That's a great feature you guys have. Thank you, Cole, and thanks for joining us on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
And now we're going to these final highlights, these highlights of Game Time, brought to you by PrepSpin.com.
We head over to the farm, and Douglas hosting Lafayette tonight. Now, this is the third time this season that these two teams have met up. The Broncos won the previous 2 meetings, and after all the cheerleaders, all of them, and all the dance team members, and all the senior players were introduced, we were finally ready for some basketball. Aiden Reed came out firing. He actually knocked down back-to-back 3-pointers for the Broncos. And Lafayette's Ray Surratt having a heck of a week. On Wednesday, he scored 39 points against Henry Clay. Tonight, he had 38. Back the other way, Jalen Green putting his defender on ice to spin move and the score, plus the foul. Green had 21 on senior night. Lafayette builds a lead. Kobe Blake knocks down a 3 in the corner. Lafayette gets the W tonight, 88-77.
And welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report. We thank Franklin County, one of the top girls teams in the state, and Mercer County being in. Lafayette Divers were in. And, Allie, we had a big shot the other night in high school basketball. It took place in Ashland, Kentucky. You got to watch this, folks, as the inbound pass. We'll wait for that as he gets a good – you got to have a good pass right there. It's kind of like the Leitner pass. And then the kid turns around wide open and then throws it in from three-quarter court. And what that did – is that kept Ashland's undefeated season, and the Tomcats now 27-0. So the only undefeated team in the state of Kentucky right there, the Ashland Tomcats, and we thought it was apropos to show that on the Scholastic Ball Report. As always, on the Scholastic Ball Report, for those you see and you don't see.
Keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine. And by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Pannell Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.